So this video is a bit different, or a lot different, I guess, than my usual time-lapse video that I do. But in between, while I'm working on some things for the next full episode, I thought it could be cool to show my progress. Progress meaning as like a planet coaster builder. So I guess the purpose of this, besides, I guess, patting myself on the back, I suppose, is to show you how far I've come as a creator in this game with a lot of time spent. Yeah, if you're new and struggling with your builds or feeling overwhelmed, just keep getting the reps in because eventually it gets easier and more intuitive. And I'm hoping that this video will show you guys that if you are feeling that way. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So this first iteration was definitely based completely off of the Ocarina of Time castle. It was literally my first attempt at anything in this game, so I really wanted an example to replicate to kind of make it a little bit easier for me. You can definitely see some of the roughness in this build, and if you were to go in and see how some of these pieces were like actually placed together, it's just kind of a mess, honestly. Very inefficient use of pieces, didn't really make for an easy build by any means. And then jumping to the second iteration, this was more based off of a feel of what I envisioned Hyrule Castle being in a theme park, rather than like a specific version of Hyrule Castle from any of the games in the series. I ended up using a lot of custom techniques with this particular build. It's where I really started experimenting more with like the rotating technique to create some of these turrets and custom spires. I definitely like this more than the first one for the depth in it being not so cookie cutter as the first. But looking at it now, it almost looks a little bit too like smooth and fake and a little too cartoonish, honestly. It definitely works for what I was trying to do for this park, but after a while I knew I could do better than this. Which brings me to the third iteration of Hyrule Castle for me. This one, I'm just super happy with it. Literally every part of this build from start to finish, I felt superior to the other builds. The entire process of building this probably took about an hour and a half maybe. And then, maybe the biggest sign for me that shows me I've learned a thing or two about building in this game when compared to the last iteration, especially to this one, is the efficient use of pieces and the arrangement of pieces and whatnot. I think this version is just far and away more convincing as a castle. It's way more detailed. The depth of the build is just so far ahead of the other two. And then on top of all that, I only used about like 1,000 pieces for this. In iteration 2, the last one I just showed, I used over 11,000 pieces for that one. It's nuts. Anyways, guys, I just thought it was interesting to go back and look at some of my older builds of the same structure, Hyrule Castle, and see how far I've come. So I hope this helps any new players to be encouraged to keep at it. I was definitely, as you could see, pretty rough with building when I first started this game a few months ago. I feel like I've come a long way, so yeah, stick with it. By the way, this full build of the version of Hyrule Castle I just showed, the third iteration, is going to be the feature of my next full park series episode that I'm releasing hopefully this week at some point. So if you enjoyed this, you want to see how it all came together, and are interested in a full Zelda theme park build from scratch, make sure you subscribe, follow along, leave a like. Yeah, thanks guys, appreciate you stopping by.